when I first started, I was like, what am I doing? Like,
Uh-huh.
what's going on? In
Uh-huh.
the first show, I had to model underwear.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm just gonna go out here and I'm gonna get to the end and I'm gonna walk back. I drive trucks. I'm
Mm-hmm.
on the road 5 days a week and I'm off on the weekend. Be mindful of what you put into your body. Like real
Mm-hmm.
talk. I eat a lot of canned tuna. I eat a lot of side. I meal prep, but
Yeah.
most of it be prepackaged stuff. So canned tuna. I eat a lot of boiled eggs. A lot of boiled eggs to
Yeah.
keep me from getting hungry and just going to these truck stops and eating a lot of junk.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Sculpt N Create, where fitness fuse creativity. I'm your host, Trea Da Fit Artist, and on today's episode 47, I got a good one for y'all. I'm sitting down with Don Lee, a runway model and fitness trainer who has taken his work across multiple states, been requested for different shows, and built a name for himself by staying ready, staying in shape, and knowing how to perform when it's time to step on that stage. But this conversation is more than just modeling. We get into what it really takes to break into the modeling world, especially as a male model. Don talks about casting calls, building connections, working with photographers, protecting your brand, knowing when to say no, and understanding that every opportunity is not always personal. Sometimes you fit the look, sometimes you don't, but you still have to stay prepared. And of course, we bring fitness into it too. Don shared how he keeps his physique together while driving trucks, being on the road, raising his daughter, and balancing real life. We talk about discipline, jump rope, walking, simple nutrition, staying consistent without needing the perfect gym setup, and how fitness can support you when your career demands you to look good, move well, and show up with confidence. We also touch on his journey into training, his plans to get certified, his upcoming shows, and even his interest in stepping into podcasting. So if you're an artist, entertainer, model, creator, fitness lover, or somebody trying to stay ready for the opportunities coming your way, this episode is going to give you game, perspective, and a real behind the scenes look at what it means to sculpt your body, your brand, and your present. Tap in, lock in, and let's get into this conversation with Don Lee. And while you're listening, make sure you hit subscribe or follow and drop a comment with your biggest takeaways from the episode. Welcome to Sculpt N Create, where fitness fuses creativity and helping artists, entertainers, and creators on their journey towards physical, personal, and career growth. I'm your host, Trea Da Fit Artist, and who I have with me today is Don. He's a model and fitness trainer. Welcome to the show, Don.
I'm glad to be on the show, man. Thank you for inviting me.
I'm definitely glad you can make it, man. We finally get to have the conversation. So before we begin, let everybody know where they can find you, look at your work, and they set your links out so far.
Yeah, Instagram is Danteus Lee. It's real simple. TikTok, the same thing. I had to actually start a new page, so right now I'm gonna use my first name for my page names.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I noticed that. Like, so I ain't know what was going on with that and everything. Usually, man, when I get like another friend request or another type of request on Instagram or Facebook, I'll be thinking like, okay, they profile is hacked. You know what I'm saying? and cause you'll go on their profile and look and it ain't nothing on there and everything. And then I've been on accepted that and then when you will find out you will message them and then you start saying they trying to sell you something or whatever the case. Yeah, it's a hack. So what I do, I just go on here, delete the other person and the original one they had. And I said, okay, I mean, they ain't getting back into that old one if this one is on there because they don't know nothing about this one yet. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I was wondering, I said, okay, he got something going on. So it's something different you doing it that look like that's more your fitness page or something like that.
Yeah, I'm getting to the new page. Gonna be a lot of fitness and modeling stuff. Actually,
Okay.
the old page I did something a little risky with modeling, and they didn't like it, so they took it away.
Say what happened? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The photo you had punched. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. And so they on Instagram they took it off or Facebook?
Facebook and Instagram took both pages.
Okay.
Like I knew
Man,
Facebook and Instagram.
Man, it's crazy. There's other stuff that people post similar to that or even wilder than that. and still be up. You know what I'm saying?
It's still good, man. Like I thought it was artistic.
Yeah, yeah.
It
You
was a little risky.
yeah, you're going, you probably had other people like reporting it outside of just
Mm,
Facebook. That's probably what it was, though. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? But yeah, but it's all good, man. I guess you would have to have those like in your own, let's say, website or something like that or whatever, and then post on pictures and so forth, on there, and then kind of, I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking about. But all right, so let's talk about it then, man. For is your modeling, so let's talk about that. Like, what type of modeling do you do, and let just kind of like give us a rundown on that.
Runway model.
Runway, okay.
I do a lot of shows. It's hard to find male models, so I get invited a lot because I'm in, stay in shape.
Hmm.
I do a lot of topless or, suits, but mostly because my body is like a fitness type deal.
Okay. Okay, so why is it hard to
Like the
find
shoes.
a male model? So I didn't realize that.
Yeah, a lot of men don't go into the industry.
Okay, okay,
Um, well, the ones that do are real slim, lean. Sometimes they want more of a masculine, buff type dude, and it's hard to find those.
okay. All right, I got you. You might be right though, because now I'm looking at my beginnings. I don't know if I had told you I had started to do it at one time and everything, but way before that, my sister was a model,
Mhm.
and she started off with John Casablanca and everything. And if you ever heard
Oh
of him,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He
I,
look
I think is that a scam? A side note, but you know what I'm saying. But what happened is she did like a couple classes so forth. My dad paid for the whole thing. She didn't even finish the whole thing. It was still on his credit, and everything that he owed and so forth. But that was a whole thing. But like shortly, later on, I thought about modeling. I was getting the people coming, a lot of people saying you look like you got a face on TV screen, or you look like you're a model and all that stuff like that. And I just like, okay, well maybe there's something into this. And then some guy hit me up some photographer hit me up to be on his what you call that? Like he wanted to do a photo shoot and so forth.
yeah.
And at that time, it was like time for print, and basically he was just going, for my time, he was just gonna give me the photos and so forth for to use for proof and everything for the other gigs and stuff like that. I didn't understand the whole business at the time, and then also too, he wanted for it was going to be other people in the group and all that stuff like that. But he wanted us to buy clothes. We had to buy our own clothes and so forth. And I didn't see the value in buying my own clothes with clothes that I don't even wear. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to wear that one time. Go ahead.
On with modeling, they
Mm,
have it a lot. Like you bring your own clothes, um, you shoot on them, and to get the pictures back,
mm,
a free photo shoot. Yeah, it's great because all the shoot can get up to like $500 some dollars.
okay.
They can get pretty pricey.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of times you have to bring your own clothes until you get to a level that you're like, hey, I got some clothes I want you to wear, and then
Okay.
you start going to photo shoots. And a lot of times when you wear the clothes, they'll just give you clothes, pay you, get clothes for your time. I got a lot of clothes in my closet now that I don't wear. I only wear for photo shoots and runway shows.
Okay. Okay.
Like if a designer only have t-shirts, I gotta
Mm,
bring for certain type of jeans.
yeah.
Sometimes they have whole fit for you. Gotta bring certain shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I was like early 20s, and so I didn't understand it. So like they were like, man, I ain't gonna do this, and then I just took a step back, and then I like that was another reason why I had got into the gym. So I'm like, you're not 19, 20, like, well, let me go. I'm gonna try it again, but let me get myself even more right, and stuff like that. So that was another reason why I started working out too as well, but turned into some other stuff later on. But like I said, I still might plan to do it like fitting model, like you said. I didn't know that a lot of guys weren't doing it and everything, because you look
Yeah.
on the stream, or in your magazines and all the stuff like that on the stream, all these stuff you see guys modeling it. So do you think it's like a stigma where they think it's more of a woman's type of industry or field, or what's the reason behind it?
I I think it's more when it comes to dudes, it's just harder to get connected. Like, well,
Mm,
women, tons of women, and a lot of times the other get approached way easier than men.
okay.
So you like it's easy for women, but men it's more of a connection thing. Like it's hard to get connected or They don't have a direct avenue to the industry.
Okay.
You really have to know somebody to get invited in because you don't like women. They're always gonna post, "Hey, we need women model, need women model." And a lot
Okay.
of times they need male models, but a lot of them don't show up or they don't get promoted as hard.
Okay. I got you. Okay, and I got you. And then the more with most men want to see the women, so they definitely gonna get favored a lot more than the men is, and so forth. I guess too, in that sense.
A funny thing at these shows, I normally it'd be a group of dudes, all of us. So I model with the same dudes. Like I said, we get invited because not many
Yeah.
dudes.
Hmm.
And when we come out, the
Yeah.
women go crazy. We get just like we literally get invited just to get the women riled up.
Okay. Okay. Almost like some strip tease type stuff or whatever.
Almost, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
hey, read the line, read the
Yeah.
line. Bro.
Okay, okay. And I know Cass is too and everything as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, and everything. So cause I was talking to him about this stuff too as well. I plan to he plan to get on the show too as well. So and everything. So I know you be
he'll
in the
better tell
same
you
circle.
too.
Huh? Say what now?
I said he'll better tell you a lot of stuff too
Okay,
about
cool.
you come out and women be like,
I mean, like that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Everything like when I got buff and everything like that. I mean, I was walking out the gas station one time. Girl asked me, would I be, would I want to be did I want to be a stripper or whatever and stuff like that. I was getting all that type of stuff. I was like, nah, nah.
yeah, like,
I appreciate the sentiment, but no, I ain't trying to do none of that. So, but yeah, I was getting those type of questions and looks and stuff like that or whatever, even though I wasn't in it. So I can see that now when I'm thinking back and what you're telling me, yeah, I can definitely
uh-huh.
see that and so forth. So what really got you into modeling? Like how did that come to be? It just fell on your lap or kind of similar
It's
to my story? People were telling you this and that or what?
well, okay. My dread, I had dread since I was like 18, and the dude, it's a dude to do my hair.
Mm,
I shot him out, Douglas Lawson.
okay. Shout out
He,
Douglas Loss.
yeah, I'm being hit chair. He like, dude, you gotta try modeling. I said, nah. He said that for
Mm,
like 3 years in a row. So I'm now 23 years old. He like, go to this casting call. So he shot me the flyer. I went to the casting call and got picked. And like once I had the first show, a lot of
mm,
photographers. That's another way you network. A lot of photographers come talking to me. You're like, hey, come shoot with me, or they're like, hey, I'm gonna shoot at another show. Here's the casting call, and it
okay.
just branched off from there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So like I'm glad you said that about the casting calls. Like, do some of those okay when you say about the casting call, do they like promote that a lot? How do you hear about these casting calls, and how do you know which ones to go to? Because I can't remember. I went to one. And like I said,
Mhm.
I was really trying to do this or whatever. I went to one and. Then I forgot what happened or with it or whatever, but I heard somebody. I was hearing that it was a scam though. It was just something to get people's money to make you think you made it or something like that, and then you pay something for some kind of package or whatever, and it didn't really lead up to that. So is there such a thing, or if it is, like what to look out for?
So I never had to pay anything
Okay,
after going to the casting call,
okay,
but I never been to like New York Fashion Week either, so I don't know how the bigger shows are.
okay,
But with the casting call, a lot of times, let's say a flyer get posted. I send the flyer to a couple photographers and models, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good show to go to." I'm like,
okay,
"Cool, cool."
okay,
So it's like it's really like word of mouth. Once you
okay,
start running in the same circle,
okay,
you can, hey, it's just cool, it's good. But for somebody starting off, like I told you, my hair tech gave me the information, and I trust his judgment.
okay,
So I went and just went from there, and I started benching off like with these other photographers and models, and they'll start sending me flyers.
okay.
So it's just if you know somebody that's in the industry, you see a flyer, shoot through the flyer, and they'll be like, okay, that's a good one, or nah, don't touch it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I got you. Like I said, I don't know what they had told me. Like I said, it was so long ago, but it was something to the fact. I don't know if I even made it or not, or I did get something or whatever. But it was. But I know I read like they were saying it was that particular one was a scam and everything.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering about that. So okay, so you win it.
With
So
that, hold on. With that
go ahead.
casting call, did you go and they'll have like a table set up with the judge, get you to walk up and down a few times. How did that process?
Man, like I said, it was something like that. I forgot what they told us to like kind of wear and so forth. But yeah, it was like
Mhm.
walking up and down the aisle and everything. I'm trying to see. It was back when I don't know where. I don't know if it was at the mall, Metro Mall, when that was up somewhere. I forgot where the venue was at. But like I said, it was a long time ago. You know, they were like almost 20, almost yeah, about 20 years ago. So it's hard to remember that, and everything when I did it. It was and there was another one I did. What's her name? She was I forgot her name is a white woman. And I was in Pearl somewhere, and
Yeah.
but she was doing some type of casting call. I didn't get that, and everything. But that the first one I was talking about, they had said something like I had to come to do something else, and then I don't know what that was about, but. I don't know, man. But like that's what I was hearing. Like some of these casting calls are just money grabs or whatever. So you got to really like take heed to if it's really a truth to it or not or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got to spend some money, you might want to look into it a little more.
Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was like I was saying, it was like asking for something or whatever, but it wasn't like it's talking about we finna pay your way or anything like that. You had to pay something to get noticed or something like that or whatever. Yeah, it was something like that. Okay. So now, how long have you been doing the modeling?
Yeah. My little girl should be 13, so I've been doing it for like 12 years.
12 years. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so how do you so in from the humble beginnings to now, like what are your thoughts between it? Like what was your thought process going into it? Like were you scared, nervous, and or just wondering what would be the outcome of this? Because you hear stories, stuff like that as well, for as like people try to take advantage of you, not just in a money way, but also
Yeah.
sexually too as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Especially dealing with dudes,
Hmm. Yeah.
straight dude.
Yeah.
If you don't feel comfortable changing in front of people, do it
Hmm.
outside. I don't care. They'll tell like,
Yeah.
well, if you're doing model, you got to do it. I'm like, do it off on the side if you don't feel comfortable. So some of these designers, they'll try to eyeball you because they'll try to guilt you into change in front of them so they can get their peak on. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
got to
Yeah.
be careful, man. Like, it, they'll try and they'll
Okay.
try to guilt you too. So yeah,
Okay.
that's true. I can't
Okay.
even imagine how the women
Yeah. Oh
feel.
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they get asked. They get asked. Dudes offering themselves to them all the time. So yeah, and no matter where they go, you know what I'm saying, modeling or not. So yeah, I can imagine how stressful that would be for them as well. But okay, but like, what would you say at your junction when you first started? Like, where was your mindset then to where your mindset now? Like I said, how approaching it? Were you scared, shy, or really just oblivious to everything until now where you at now? You know what I'm saying? So like, what's the trajectory between then and now is what I'm asking.
When I first started, I was like, what am I doing? Like, what's going on? In the first show, I had to model underwear.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm just gonna go out here and I'm gonna get to the end and I'm gonna walk back.
Right.
Do not, but I did cage fighting, so I know block
Yeah.
out the crowd. I know ran track and play football, so I know how to
Mm,
perform in front of the crowd. So I wasn't nervous, but I was like, I don't know what to expect. Am I doing more of just confused? Like I don't know what. Am I doing this right? Am I doing it wrong?
yeah. Yeah. Okay. And so now, where you at now? 12 years veteran now in it. So how do you move now? And what's your thought process with it now? And do you still love this, or do you like it? What's the case?
Now I love the shows that I do now,
Okay.
and I come in with my modeling bag. I just sit down.
Mm,
I just lay back now. I got
yeah.
what I'm wearing. Cool. Grab, set it up. One time I gotta go out. Cool. I'm just chilling now. I'm
Mm,
not running around. But I help people out too. Backstage management. I
yeah.
do a lot of that. I help
Okay.
the younger fellows, try to mentor them.
Okay.
Yeah, like tell them like like we were talking about, hey, if you don't feel comfortable, change something to do. That's another thing. Respect the women, because sometimes we'll have to share space. I say, hey, turn our backs. We're gonna change over here. Do not look over there with the women. Be
Mm-hmm.
respectful towards the women.
Okay.
So right now I'm more mentoring and I'm way more confident. And when I walk into a show, get everything in line. I sit down and just chill now. I love it. Like I love the shows I do now. It's performing for the crowd, like I said, for the women. Even some
Okay.
of the dudes, they be like, "Hey, that's a nice suit" or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
like I be walking down the runway and I know how to spin, play with the crowd.
Okay.
Ball of one wink at them, get to the
Yeah.
end, pose, jam out, or
Yeah. Yeah.
back. Crowd go laugh, cool.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. You got to put on a show other than just walking up and down a
Gotta,
stage. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So
gotta cut on the show, man.
yeah.
That
Okay.
it gonna make them remember you, and that's a good thing for the photographers and for people that host shows. They're like, hey, they'll hit me like, hey, did good at the last show. Can you come do this show with me?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Which bring me to that when you look at modeling and just entertainment, most of entertainment as a whole
Mhm.
is usually an extroverted type of field. Now, would you say more so not just that you are introvert or extrovert, or do you think you got to be more of extroverted to do modeling, or can introverts do it as well, or do a lot of introverts do it as well?
I would consider myself introverted.
Okay,
Even when I would post on my other page, I didn't post a lot of my life, and I wasn't all talkative and stuff. I need to get more active. Like
okay,
I said, I'm introverted.
yeah,
It shows. Like I said, I'm quiet. I'm all to myself. And somebody needs some help, I help them.
okay,
I'm not lashing out, flamboyant. But once I get on the stage, I perform. But when I come off
yeah.
stage, just quiet. So you don't have to be extroverted to do this. You can be introverted, just be professional and handle your business.
Okay, okay, gotcha. But you do like can't be just plain face. You want if you're gonna be on that stage, you gotta put on some kind of show. But you still be yourself. But when it's showtime, you gotta
Yeah,
make the best of it in a sense.
yeah, yeah. Like, especially depends on your clothes. You got to match the personality of the clothes. You got to match the personality of the clothes.
Okay,
You're trying to sell the clothes. You got
okay,
to make people want the clothes. This is people. I model models, men and male and female, that was
mm,
like real out flamboyant, but once they hit that stage,
okay,
then it's on. Got
okay,
like I said, I'm quiet, but when I hit the stage, I'm playing. You got people that's
mm,
like real loud and flamboyant to hit that stage, they solid. Like, yeah, it's you got to turn it on as soon as you hit that stage.
okay. All right, cool. So what would you say how to get into modeling? Now it's like 12 years ago. It might be different from when you first started, so to really like break into modeling. So what would you say to somebody who just starting out getting into modeling, like how or that guy or woman, like how do they get started nowadays?
I think the one of the best ways to get started into modeling is to get to know a lot of photographers,
Okay.
because they shoot in a lot of these shows and they'll know when shows happen and stuff. And they you can let them know, like, hey, when if you ever find a show that's shooting it or something, let me know. Or if you get invited to one, they don't even have to be there. If you get invited to one, can
Hmm.
you let me know because I go audition for it.
Okay.
So these photographers can really they offer like a plug. They can get you in the door.
I got you. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then especially when you do photo shoots with them and they
Hmm.
share your photos, a lot of people that want to put together, they're like, hey, who's that? They'll see your tag, they'll
Hmm.
inbox you. So get with these photographers. Like
Okay.
that's the plug there. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
plug.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Basically, because they got the end, and because every show need pictures, taken and
Yep.
stuff like that. So,
Yep.
yeah,
It's
what
almost
video?
like free advertising.
Yeah, most definitely. What do the videographers? Is that part of it too? What about the videographers as well?
Yep. Same thing. If
Okay,
you get in with them, you
okay,
good.
okay, gotcha. And like, because I have seen, like, what about like certain apps that help you to get noticed and so forth, like backstage, and if you heard of that app, that particular platform.
I've heard of a few
Uh,
models do different apps. So the apps are great too. Uh, Now personally, I don't use that.
okay,
A lot of my stuff is just word of mouth, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, get on those the different websites and apps and stuff. Create your profile. That's actually a real good way to get in, but you still need to get in with the photographers.
Okay.
You got to
Yeah.
think about all the people that's on the app, the people that you are a number in a list of thousands. But getting with the photographers, you got to do the work. Especially photographers have a good reputation.
Mm-hmm.
They got plenty of followers. Somebody see your picture, like, shoot, she worked with him, or she worked with her, or
Okay.
she worked with him. Yeah, but yeah, the apps stuff they great too.
Okay. So basically just saying more so have different points of entry into it.
Yeah,
Don't just have one avenue
yeah,
to get
yeah.
in. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I feel you on that. Okay, cool. So I see here you say you have modeled in multiple states and you get requested for different shows. So like what
Mhm.
states have you been to, and also like what type of shows? Are these still fashion, runway, model type shows, or what type of shows are these?
So last Saturday I was in Memphis. I did a show in Memphis.
Okay.
It was actually a concert that they tagged a small fashion show to.
Two. Okay. Uh-huh.
The same thing was going to happen in Nashville this weekend, but they ended up cutting the fashion show part. It was a party on the yacht, and they were going to have a fashion show connected to it, and it was just going to be it was fun.
It sounds like it was. Yeah.
I went to New Orleans,
Yeah. Yeah.
Dallas, Atlanta,
Okay.
mostly the South. Yeah, mostly the South.
Okay. So mostly the South and there. That's so like I said, it's still runway modeling or something like that. Okay.
Runway. I do some photo shoots outside. Like if I get called up by a photographer that saw me at a show, I just pay for my room and my fee, and I'll come out.
Okay. 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 So like, what is there anything else you have done other like you said photo shoots, but like outside of the show realm, like have you been in like magazines or have you did commercials, whatever the case?
I've been in a couple magazines across in Europe.
Okay.
But once again, right photographer, they'll sub me to stuff. Yeah, I've been in several magazines.
Okay.
I've been in little movies. I've
Okay.
done movies.
Yeah.
Small roles, nothing major, but I would like to get into it and do major, bigger things. I need to get over Cassius. Cassius been doing a lot of this stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've done shows, radio interviews, movies, just a couple of small things
Yeah.
outside of modeling. But like I
Okay.
said, you get the photographer, they'll link you in with a lot of other people there. Just, just cool, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And yeah, Cass is doing a lot of the acting stuff and everything. The more it look like he doing now, to me is he look like he doing more acting now than he is the modeling side of things or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Okay.
branching out. I
Yeah.
don't blame him at all.
Yeah, yeah, like all of it, like all the things that I'm looking to convey on this show and help people with before they go. All four of those things is something I want to do. Like I said, being a music artist, musician, acting, all four of those things I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that was just my way of getting into it. Shine a light on it, but at the same time getting info back at the same time
Yeah,
on how to get infiltrated and so forth. Okay, but yeah, definitely, man. I was just wondering about that, like how did that come about when you get the shows and so forth? Is that a different dynamic when you on a show or radio? Like how do they find you in that way? And like what's the dynamic between working for a show as a model versus doing a photo shoot or a runway?
a photo shoot is more intimate. Gonna be you and the photographer, and it's you. This is real creative.
Okay.
Like you saw some of the stuff I posted,
Hmm.
working with the poses, the clothes. Your poses is the main thing when doing photo shoot. It's more relaxed. You can look at the photo. You go, okay, cool. I can redo this, and boo boo. You got a lot more room for error with photo shoots. Roman model, it's live.
Yeah, yeah.
It's live, bro. Like no mistake. I've seen somebody fall, they rolled and posed, you got back up and walk. Like you gotta keep it moving, man. You gotta make it look
Okay.
like you did on purpose. Like
Okay.
runway is fast, it's hot, it's intense, there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fun. I didn't think like well, yeah, I can see that. So it seemed like when you're doing runway, it's more akin to theater, a theater.
yeah,
Yeah, where it ain't no second takes or anything. You got to keep going and
exactly.
so forth. Okay, I can see that and everything. So so that's a little bit more tougher than just regular photo. I guess photo shoots you would say.
Yeah,
Or
it is.
okay,
'Cause you got an audience.
yeah,
You have an audience,
okay, yeah,
and then, like I said, when photo shoot, it's just you and the photographer, or if you got somebody else there, just one or two people.
okay,
You do a pose, you be like, I don't like this, let's redo it. Like
okay.
almost like making a movie versus doing, like you said, doing a live theater.
Okay. Okay. Same difference. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I
And
feel you on that. Okay. And so like I think too, and I'm going back into when you were talking about a lot of men don't go into the field and so forth. You said they don't get the good look. Do you think some of it like do you think the other half of that part be like makeup or whatever? Like I don't know if you do they have you to wear makeup. Do you think guys kind of shy from that when they had to put on makeup for certain things? Like, you see a lot of times, even the actors and other people, music artists and stuff like that, they got to wear some kind of form of makeup for the show. Is that a thing, or is it, to kind of, I guess, kind of expound on that a little bit?
so when I was a few years in, I started seeing newer people come in. They're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna wear that."
Hmm.
I like, "Good, well, it's just for the show. It don't mean nothing."
Hmm.
Or I will make up a handful of times. I
Hmm.
really don't. It don't. It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
But you got some dudes, like I said, especially newer dudes, that just think it's not. It's too feminine or it's not masculine. I say, "Nah, it's just for show." Like I wore a kilt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Uh, what else? I wore some mesh flowy thing, but it's just for a show you put on the show. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think some of that could be that dudes like it's certain stuff I'm not gonna wear. It
Hmm.
doesn't mean anything. Not being initiated into anything. It just yeah, none of that is it just for a show you performing, man.
Okay.
Like yeah.
With that, do you think? I mean, not do you think, but do people have the autonomy to say I won't do this and won't do that, or
Mhm.
do it lessens their chances to get noticed or called back later on?
If you don't feel comfortable with certain things, then you don't have to do it. Especially it's more of the designer you work with.
Okay.
If you're like, yeah, I'm not comfortable with it, a lot of times they'll be cool because they'll have somebody else to come with it. So it's not a big deal to say no to certain things, but don't say no to too much because you'll be considered hard to work with.
Yeah, that's what
You gotta
I'm
be a
getting
little
at.
flexible. Yeah, you gotta be a
Yeah.
little flexible. Um, it's certain things that I would not wear. I would not wear a dress
I got you.
like a full jet. No.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it is what I wanted to know because, like, not to say, okay, if you don't do this, then you ain't gonna make it in this thing, but I just want to let people know that you are able to say no to this or whatever and stuff like that. Because at the same time, you still a brand, so this is how you want to be seen.
Yep, that's very important. Like
Uh,
your brand. Do
hmm.
not go off your brand. Like, yeah, I'm not wearing that. That's not what I'm trying to be seen as. So
Hmm.
yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I will tell people exercise your right to say no.
Okay. Okay, yeah, definitely. I like that. And so you said mostly you just been in the South areas and so forth, right? And everything. Okay, so and it's mostly word of mouth that for as you getting the calls and stuff like that. And so, like, is it any like stories such as like where it is like not to scare anybody from becoming a model, but is it any stories like they should be aware of? Like so that they can don't come into modeling with bright eyed bushy tail and then getting let down and then not and then that sours their desires or dreams of it and everything. So is it anything you want to say that they need to look for in the sense of the bad stories of the what to
Yeah.
look out for so they can like when they see it they can go another way is what I'm saying.
I'll tell them, like when we were talking about earlier,
Hmm.
there will be some people that will try to get sneak peeks or let me oil you down, try to get you to do certain things. Like, nah, I'm not
Hmm.
comfortable with it. Uh,
Okay.
just not a scare story, but this is a story like I got invited to a show. They were like, "Hey, when you make it there, we'll meet the designers, and they'll tell you what they want you to wear." I was at that show. I did not walk not one time. So sometimes you'll get to invited to the show and not perform. That just means they just have something that they thought you were. Well, it don't have to necessarily be you. They can
Mm,
find a model. They're like, I want this model all my stuff. So now I'm just asked out. So sometimes you'll go to the show and not have anything, or you go to the show and you have one thing. That
mm,
doesn't mean it's not saying anything about you. It could just be there's a more qualified model for them that fit their
okay,
aesthetic that they're
okay,
looking for.
okay,
Yeah, like I said, don't do anything you don't want to do.
okay,
Don't let nobody try to guilt you into anything.
okay. I got you.
Because once you do that one time, they're gonna try to do it all the time. And a
Yeah,
lot of other
yeah,
people might see that and try the same thing.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah. If you
okay,
don't feel comfortable, do not do it.
okay.
Let's go anything even with making movies, modeling, in the entertainment. Yeah. So don't let people make you feel uncomfortable. Sometimes women they have to touch you certain ways to get you in a position.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Okay,
not always sexual. It's actually just functional and like we're trying to get you looking a certain way.
okay,
So you got to learn the difference between this is inappropriate versus this would just have to be done.
okay. Yeah, like before it's like when they fit you in for a mic or something like that or whatever or something.
Or
I go ahead.
they might have to put some tape on you somewhere else to make things look lifted or adjust like certain underwear shoots or shows on the runway. I had to get somebody to adjust. Get this like the little pad. I had to get somebody to adjust my stuff
Okay, gotcha.
because they wanted a certain look. They don't want it like obvious. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
called a fluffer. So I had to get somebody. Well, no, that's not a fluff. I had to get adjusted. I was like, okay. I'm like, it's good. They're like, yes, good. There wasn't an inappropriate thing. It's more of they know what look they're going for.
Okay, I got you. And you brought out a good point. TC Carson, I'm forgetting his name on Living Single. He was dating Max. What's his name?
A dude with the little dreads.
Yeah, him.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, you forgetting his name too. Yeah, but his real name TC Carson though. So if I'm not mistaken, but with that said, I remember they were talking about like he tried out for certain things and like he didn't get it, and then somebody asked him that didn't get you upset and so forth. You're like, nah, he said, cause I know how this game works. He said, cause it could be something they looking for, and I just didn't have that.
Yeah,
It ain't about my performance. It's not about or how they feel about me in any kind of
not
way. It could,
personal.
yeah, it's not personal. It's basically what he was saying. So it sounds like that it goes in with them in the modern world too as well with certain things they're looking for.
Yeah, man,
Okay.
because there's a lot of times that I don't fit the bill because I'm too muscular,
Okay.
and they're like, yeah,
Okay.
we need somebody extremely lean or just tone a little bit. So sometimes I don't get the opportunity to walk because
Yeah.
I don't fit the bill.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. And that bring me to my next point, a good segue to that. So like, what type of thing do you think for as a male model? What type of things do most modeling avenues look for when they are hiring male models?
Now that varies
Okay,
because if they looking for somebody, because it depends on what that individual designer or the show requires.
okay,
So that's a case by case type deal.
okay,
So like we were talking about having your brand. My brand is fitness and being muscular. So this what I get profiled for. This my brand. This what I'm on. Then you get, let's say they look for somebody that's real lean,
hmm,
slim. That's not my brand. So if
okay,
they looking for that, they got to go look somewhere else. Stay
okay,
true to your brand, and the show choir. Hey, we need some sexy men. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go audition for that show. I'm gonna
okay,
go to that case call. If
okay,
they looking for traditional models, I can't deal with that show. That's not my lane.
okay, okay. All right, but like I say, can you get like examples, like even though it's not for you or for you, like what examples you know of or have heard of, like certain modeling avenues are looking for, doesn't it? So basically, they're saying, just get some examples and so forth.
Um, Tell me how to tell what type of model they're looking for.
Well, like what type of people who are hiring models, like what not necessarily got to be typically, but like things you have heard and seen modeling shows are looking for in some kind of regard.
During the process, the stream, doing or the casting call process.
Mm,
You shoot them your email, you shoot them about 3 or 4 pictures in the
mm,
headshot.
okay.
So from that, they were like, okay, I like his bill, or I like her bill. They'll shoot your message back or email back and say, hey, come to casting call. So that's why it's so important to have photos and things. So when you
Mm,
see something like shoot, a lot of times they'll tell you to send emails of your full body for that
okay.
reason.
Right.
For
Right.
that reason, so they won't waste your time.
Okay.
Send
Okay.
a full body headshot and like 3 other photos, so they can get a good view of you, and they're gonna pick you out through that process. That's why you want to waste your time going to the casting call, and when they're not even looking for your type. So the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
stage of the process is emailing you your photo.
So yeah, basically, like you said, don't waste your time. Make sure you got your whole portfolio did and everything. There's another question going that I want to ask, but before I get to that, so remind me of that in case I forget. For us the photo and stuff like that and everything. But with the with like, so do some of them like look for a certain hair type, like how you wear your hair, how you wearing your facial hair and stuff like that. Is that
Yeah,
a thing?
yeah, it is because it'll be some show that they'll pick you because
Mm,
they're like, okay, we can play with his hair and he got the beard.
okay,
I'm bald. I can't go for his hair. I
okay,
can't. This is. I
okay.
don't shave.
Okay. For real, I ain't know. I thought okay. Good. That's another topic. Go
I
ahead.
don't shave. I just can't go.
For real. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of looks that I cannot do because of my lack of. But like I said, it might be some looks that I can do that you can't do because you wouldn't want to shave your beard. So yeah, the designers, the showrunner, they know what they want.
Okay.
Sometimes some of my favorite shows when they do like a variety. You'll see a variety of looks, variety of heights, sizes, hairstyles.
Mm,
With women, they'll tell the women if you got natural hair, get it out or braid it down or comb.
okay.
Like it depends on what they're looking for. So they'll let you know too. They're like, oh, you hear them talking to you at the casting call. You're like, oh yeah, I like his hair. We can actually do something with his hair. Or oh yeah, he got a nice beard. We do that. Or they're like, he got dreads. I know what to do with it.
Mm,
So
okay.
yeah, yeah, your hair does matter. Especially like it was this one show. They wanted my dreads to be down.
Okay.
So they had 5 dudes on the stage with dreads
Okay.
who was sitting in the chair, and they had the one. She was the hairstylist at the show. She had I think 10 minutes to style all 5 of our hair.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Dang.
so that was cool. Yeah, it was cool. She did it. She did it
uh,
too. Man, she did it. So yeah, they want different hairstyles for different things. It's more than just a fashion show. It's like an event. A lot of them are events.
okay.
They be doing little things.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, definitely gonna have those stylists, makeup artists, and all that stuff like that around. So
Hmm.
yeah. No, so yeah, they kind of like move like y'all move in a sense and everything. Okay. But yeah. So with the hair and facial hair, so you definitely know like if you have to be a person like, okay, do I want to cut my hair or not cut my hair or cut my beard
They
and
won't ask
okay.
you to cut it.
Okay.
They're like, if you came with your afro, they'll be like, "Oh,
Hmm.
we can work with that. We got a fit that his afro and stuff will
Okay.
be good with and stuff." Yeah, come as you are, and they're gonna
Okay.
put you in what they want you to want to put you in. You
Okay.
won't
And
have
it
to change your hairstyle.
okay.
Most
Okay.
and most they'll be like, "We want you to have your hair braided."
Okay.
Then when you do your first set, we want you to take your braid down with a crinkle, and then the third
Okay.
set maybe you pick it out.
Okay. Okay. It just so just depend on everything. So and if they don't pick you, you ain't get it's no yeah, it might not be the look they looking for. Yeah. Okay. I got you. All right. So yeah, but would bring me to the whole portfolio thing. Like so when you taking pictures and so forth to submit to the modeling shows and events and so forth, like what all do you need for to get professionally done? Like and then do you need to can you take these pictures via your phone or do it need to just be more professional going to a photo shoot with a photographer and so forth?
Sometimes they just well, I'm gonna get to that point later.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll ask you to like just take a picture front shot. It can be with your phone. A lot of
Okay.
times they just want with your phone. It don't have to always be a professional picture.
Okay.
But Instagram and social media is the best thing that happened for models and people that's in the active entertainment industry because
Okay.
that's your whole portfolio. So sometimes they'll ask you, "Hey, what's your
I can see
IG?
that.
What's your TikTok or whatever?" And they'll go look at that.
Okay.
So you just have a lot of stuff on there. You want to have to submit photos for real. Uh,
Okay.
they get on their Instagram and they can go look at it. Like that's your portfolio. You
Okay.
have everything on there. And I hate that I don't have my old page. I have none of those.
So you got to start from scratch now.
All from scratch.
Yeah. Do you got any of those pictures saved though, or something like that in your phone or in a backup file somewhere?
See that the no before we started, we were talking about the phones,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and my old phone didn't have the memory, so I had to kind of.
Yeah.
And I worked with this one photographer. He took over took thousands of pictures with me
Mm.
over the years, and he passed last year. Yeah, yeah, he passed last year, and I like, dang, it hurt me because we became real good friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he also had the 80% of my back.
Yeah. Though I was, yeah, he got all the file. Yeah.
But I think I could pull it up,
Uh.
and I think I can pull it up, and I gotta send. They have his watermark on it, and I gotta send it to a certain. I got a new photographer working with. I gotta send him the picture so he can erase the watermark.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think I was fine back posting.
Okay. You can do it. I don't know how, what type of watermark he got, but some watermarks you can get rid. You can take out on Canva. I don't know if you know how to do it or whatever, but I have done it.
I know.
But yeah,
I know.
yeah, because my son, when he graduated last year and so forth, it was he don't like to take pictures and stuff like that. But this particular school picture he had was decent enough, but it still had the proof things on there and so forth.
Yeah.
So I put it inside of a Canva and deleted the proofs. He had a little acne going on, took the acne out and everything. Good photo and everything, like stuff like that. So you can do a little bit of that on. I ain't gonna say I don't know if that's like quote unquote, maybe I need to shut up, but
You gonna
yeah,
mess up for some
yeah,
for
yeah,
the time. They go, like, hey man, let me just post like,
but you can do it though, is what I'm saying.
oh, you thought of it. Oh shit. I don't
Yeah,
need to be saying that.
maybe I need to shut up. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny, bro.
Yeah, man. But I mean, it just, but yeah, that was in Texas, so I might be good. But but yeah, you can do it though, is what I'm saying. But yeah, okay, cool. What about so definitely like when you taking the professional photos, like would you need a full body pic, turning to one side, smiling, not smiling? Do you gotta do all these type of emotions and stuff like that when you do it? Because you're kind of acting to it in a way too as well.
Yeah, you are kind of acting to it.
Yeah.
A lot of time when they once you submit stuff, it be basic things, just the front pig, maybe a headshot, a couple of full bodies in a headshot. Keep this real simple, cause they just want to just see your base. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
okay, just your base.
Okay. Okay. So, but like I said, using an Instagram or your phone is suffice or whatever. So you ain't got to necessarily get the professional photos and so forth.
Now you don't have to get the professional. They'll help, but you don't have to get the professional photo.
Okay.
A lot of these, when you're filling out the paperwork stuff, like what I had to do before I got on here, they
Mm,
ask you your Instagram,
mm,
so they can go look at it. Yeah, they ask your
okay.
Facebook and your Instagram. Yeah. So, if you're gonna get into this, be mindful of what you're posting.
Yeah.
That you want to look real clean, easy to navigate. So when they go to it, they can just okay, cool, just look through your stuff real quick. They don't have to pick through a bunch of random stuff. Yeah, they just go straight to your photos, look at them, move on.
Okay.
Yeah, keep it clean. Be mindful what you post.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. And now, would you saying that you work out? You pretty much are more of a fitness model slash runway model and so forth. So you definitely got to keep your body up and to some degree and everything. So what is that like? So for is like, what do you have to do in order to, I mean, I know of course work out, you know, that's the obvious answer, but like what do you got to do to keep said physique up, or the particular physique that people are looking for? I should
It's
say.
it's actually pretty tough because I drive trucks.
Hmm.
I'm on the road 5 days a week, and I'm off on the weekend. Be mindful of what you put into your body. Like real
Hmm.
talk, I eat a lot of canned tuna. I eat a lot of salmon. I pre meal prep, but mostly it be prepackaged stuff. So canned tuna, I eat a lot of boiled eggs. A lot of boiled eggs. They keep me from getting hungry and just going to these truck stops and eating a lot of junk.
Hmm.
I only drink water and coffee,
Yeah, yeah.
black coffee. Working out wise, I don't have to. No one, they don't. You don't have to go to the gym 5 6 times a week.
Okay.
Jump rope and just walking will keep you in the best shape that you need. Like it will maintain it until I'm able to get in the gym, actually get a good pump.
Okay.
Yeah, every morning or evening, I jump rope for 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
If I can make it to the gym at least 3 times a week, I do a push pull upper, push pull lower, and I do like an endurance on the third day. You know,
Hmm.
burpees, jump jacks, abs, jump rope. But every day, got to jump rope. Just
Okay.
underrated.
Okay.
It's
Okay. So basically just get something in even though on them days where you can't get to the gym, so forth. Okay.
one
So
percent.
how are you able to do that with you driving trucks, and you know, you're at home, you got to deal with your family, your daughter and so forth. Like how are you getting all this in?
My sister asked me the same thing. She said, "You got more hours than we do." Now I map out my route. I like that I can stop at this rest area. It's a
Yeah.
flat surface paved. I can jump rope, boom, boom, boom. Take a 30-minute break, jump
Okay.
rope, stretch, get back to driving.
Okay.
Then Planet Fitness helped me out a lot. A
Okay.
lot of Planet
Yeah.
Fitness have a lot of parking for AT.
Okay.
I call them, AT. I had to look park. Cool. If I got time, I'll pull off, go to the gym for about a good 40, 45 minutes, take a shower, get back to my truck and finish my ride off.
Okay.
So you have to be disciplined. You have to plan well, and
Hmm.
if things don't go as planned, the jump rope, the jump rope, or jumping jacks, something that will save you a lot of disappointment like that.
Okay.
Like, oh man, I can't work out today. Get on the
Okay.
jump rope.
Okay, cool. And I say that a lot, like especially when you're traveling or you're just very busy. A lot of people think they gotta have a 2 3 hour block to work out, you know, and you know, so you can get it in 10 20 minutes. The body just gonna respond from it, regardless of what, you know, how long it take, long as it is intense enough, you know,
Yeah,
and so forth. So, but yeah, and definitely, I always tell people, you know, it's some, you know, every day you ain't gonna always get into the gym like you want to. Sometimes you know you got to dial
exactly.
back, but still go forward at the same time, you know, and everything. So what can you get done? Like you just said, the jump rope, you know, get some push ups
Just
in,
walking, man.
huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
walk,
walk. Yes, yeah,
walk.
yeah.
I'm at an age. I'll be 37 in September.
Okay.
That's not old, but it's still at the point like I can't not train like I'm 20.
Yeah.
So I'm really preserving my body mode.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I tell anybody, it don't matter how much you walk at work.
Hmm.
After work, walk more. Your body will start slimming down just naturally.
Right, right.
And something you asked me, like you said with my daughter and stuff, how I do it. I got bikes. She ride bikes with me. I actually got to get the tire and stuff replaced on these bikes.
Okay.
She has to do a lot of stuff with me. We'll be outside walking, ride bikes, or just sometimes she'll come to the gym with me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I use that as I try to sneak in a cheap workout, but I also
Hmm.
use it as a bond of time with her.
Well, yeah, that 2 for 2. I mean, you know, win-win basically. Yeah.
Do you remember her from the gym? She was a baby coming with me.
I probably I don't know, never when we first met, one of that Jackson State. When you at Jackson
Uh,
State, or was it at the courthouse?
did you go to Quest?
I did go to quit. That's the first time we met.
Yeah, that's what we met. Yeah.
Okay, I thought we met before then or whatever stuff like
Probably
that.
like probably did because it's just stuff be overlapping so much you don't
Yeah.
really remember when
Yeah.
first.
Don't try to say, have you ever been to the courthouse when it was there in Byron, courthouse gym?
Ooh, I was in high school when I went to the courthouse.
Okay, that might what I was seeing you at. That's what I'm trying to say. I think I knew you before then, before Quest. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
Yeah,
bro, that was so long ago.
yeah.
Like,
You say because if you say high school, like when I started at the courthouse, I was like 19. So I'm 40 now. So you three years under me. So
yeah, so I probably was like my sophomore, junior year in high school or something like that.
when you
Yeah,
started,
yeah. I went to courthouse. I was there as a guest for one of my friends. So I didn't go often, but like I have gone a few times.
okay, you didn't go often or whatever. Okay, all right, but yeah, well, it might have was a Quest, and then we just connected that way or something like that. It might have, but if it wouldn't know, because those are the ones I frequent the most. So it was courthouse before it closed down. Now now I'm at Jackson State at the Walter Payton. If it wasn't at the Walter Payton, then it
I
had to
never been to the
then Walter Payton. So it had been between Quest and courthouse then. So it probably was Quest then. And everything. Okay, but no, I didn't see your daughter. But I remember you was training a couple people there, and everything
Yeah.
as well, and you for them for your workout and stuff like that, and everything. Would bring me to my question when I'm thinking about that. Willie did never say nothing to you?
No, because I never got paid for doing that. I
Okay,
actually just did it for free with them. I'm like, so it was basically as you said something. I'm
yeah,
like, this will work out. I'm not getting paid.
okay,
I'm not getting paid.
okay,
I love giving out, helping people and getting out information.
yeah,
Especially back then.
mm,
Now it's gonna be a different story, but I love helping people with their health and
okay,
getting better.
yeah, okay. I'm just asking Willie, man, that he money hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah,
you know, yeah, cause
yeah.
you, cause I was a trainer there. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
so every client that we brought in, whether they was members there, they had to be a member. So if I was gonna train them there, they had to come to be a member to train them there, and he get 50% of that. Boy, that did something to my, for every client, that did something to my soul, man. One time I made, one day I made $1,200. I signed three clients back to back, right? And to give that man half of that, and I'm just getting 600. You know,
That hurt me. That hurt me so.
man, that boy that did something to me, man. Man, I think we kind of like bump heads back and forth, man, because I came in there with an entrepreneur mindset. I didn't come in there as a employee because
Mhm.
that's how I started. So he would want you to fit his mold of how he wanted you to train and how he wanted you to charge. And I had all my stuff already set. So stuff I was trying to do made it feel like I was trying to do my own thing. In the sense, I wasn't trying to like not take over his gym or anything like that. But at the same time, I still trying to do me because I do this outside of the gym too as well, or whatever. But we kept bumping heads because I forgot her name that he had as a manager. She was like
Alicia.
Alicia, yeah, there you go. She was always telling me he was arguing about me, and everything. Like he couldn't like get me to do certain things or whatever. I was like, man, nah, you didn't hire an employee, and then, especially when you only thing you would just give me a place to train. So
Definitely.
so I had to go get the client myself. So now I gotta go. You didn't bring no client to me. Now you brought me a client, and I just start
That's
training. Then we can
different.
get more towards 50,
Yeah.
and everything like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Now,
but you
well,
huh?
I don't understand. You okay? You brought your client. You brought your clients to the gym. They
Mm-hmm.
had to sign up, become a member. So you brought him some money off top.
Mm-hmm.
So how you snatching 50? Like you got you a new member,
Yeah.
and he's
And
snatching.
then he snatching 50, yeah, and everything. He ain't want to do no booth fee, and everything, like a booth fee where you just pay him per month. You ain't gonna get too much money on that. It's just a set amount, and everything. But just think about it. Anytime any trainer bringing something, you getting half of it. So you can potentially make a whole lot more. So I had to think more strategically, like, okay, well, I'm not gonna do good on a one-on-one play. You know what I'm saying? Because you taking a big chunk of that. So the more the play I did is either gonna be group or it would be hybrid. It was half in person, half online, and that's what I did or whatever. So and when he was seeing what the race was and everything, you were like, you were not that's too low. Well, it worked work more for me because I can train more people and
Yeah.
everything like that in a certain time frame, and everything, still make the money I need to make if I'm gonna pay you half. But yes, that's what I'm saying. We kept bumping head like, nah, you need to be charging this, that. Like, nah, you didn't say I had to charge what you charge. You know what I'm saying? That, and everything.
Yeah.
I'm an independent contractor. I'm not, I'm not a employee. Like, you want an employee, you should have hired them. You know what I'm saying? And just pay them a certain. But see, he ain't gonna do that either. You got to pay them a set salary and you bring them the clients
That,
and all that stuff like that. I mean, I ain't gonna say set salary, but like an hourly rate, and you bringing in the clients and stuff like that. But you ain't gonna too much want to do that. But yeah, but that was the only play. I was also a trainer at Jackson State too as well. Now they was more understanding. It was still a percentage base, whatever. I can't remember. It was more like closer to 60. Maybe like more closer to 730 or whatever, depending on what was what. But they knew I had they knew I had other gear, they knew I was independent too as well, so they wouldn't really like tripping on that too much or whatever. But it's just you dealing with college students, so not a lot of them had money, so you really couldn't get a lot of clients
yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and
Broke
everything.
college fund. I remember that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the race was low because you had to charge what because you kind of employed, but you kind of not. You know what I'm saying? Because the race was low or whatever how they were charging, but the kids still couldn't afford it. And everything.
So when you train, what group of people would you rather train? Like me, I rather train middle aged to older women
Okay.
over younger people.
Okay.
What
Middle
about
age, middle age. So you say you rather train middle age to younger people. Like when you say younger
no
people, like
middle
how
aged to older women?
older women. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
middle aged women to older women. Like
So so
17,
so what we saying, like what, 30, 40?
30, about 30, 30, 35 on the.
Okay. And you saying you asking who I train or
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm doing online. So basically my niche is artists and entertainers. So music
Mm,
artists, musicians, actors, models, other creators as well, in that space or whatever, whoever, that do things creatively. If we're gonna say a sub niche, I would say more so that people who not in the arts or entertainment space or industry, but more so still doing stuff creatively to make a living. So you got your entrepreneurs, the business owners, and so forth that do have the same type of parallels as the artists, entertainers. They traveling a lot. They got hectic schedules and stuff like that or whatever. So I will work with them. Now, for its age range or gender wise, both men and women. Generally, before I went into this niche, I used to have like maybe like I would say 25 to 55 men and women looking to lose a little weight,
mm,
gain some muscle, bodybuilding, fat loss, body transformation, stuff like that. But then I went into this with artists and entertainers. So it's more so like fat loss, weight loss, body transformation, bodybuilding, and performance enhancing. So that's the kind of lane or the stuff that I want to train or help them with in that regards. Now, other than just the women that you said middle age to older women,
just
like
older. Yep.
how old is it, a cap?
No, I wouldn't have a cap, but I do. You have to have certain like level of health.
Okay.
Like, if your health like too bad, I don't want to kind of mess with that
Okay.
because there's too much risk going on.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And what are you planning on doing, in person, online, both? What?
Probably, right. I'm gonna start off in person. I'd rather do it like a hybrid,
Hybrid.
somewhat.
Okay. Okay.
I'd rather do a hybrid, but in person start off.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, if you can pitch both, and everything, but yeah, like hybrid would probably be a a good middle ground because you ain't necessarily let's say you can usually a hybrid. You train one time and once a week, maybe one session or something, and then the rest of they get on their own. You just give them something to work out on and stuff like that or whatever. So that frees you up where you ain't gotta get your schedule so blocked out, and then
Yeah,
you capped at a certain point because you only can see so many people a day. Yeah, you're at your limit. Then you can charge more, but it's a cap on that too, and
yeah,
everything like that. So yeah, the hybrid definitely helps that out with that a little bit more, where you can see more people, and then they can and they can do the training on their own or something. Some people I was doing it once a week. You can do that you can make it 2 times in a month or 1 time a month, however the case may be,
Mhm.
whatever. But I was doing it once a week, and then the rest I would tell them what they need to do and follow up on them with that. But do you know what lane, for as like what you want to help the women with?
Um, so when I was training, I realized that age range, they're more dedicated.
Uh,
Yeah, you gotta coach them up and talk to them a little bit, but they they're more dedicated and it's easier to work with them. Me personally, easy to work with them.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, like body recomposition and weight.
Okay,
I'm really good at the body recomposition and
okay,
slim it down a little bit.
okay. So weight loss and body recon. Okay, okay, okay.
So,
So
they like having this shape going up. I can
yeah,
work with it.
okay. Okay, like, or maybe they didn't have a particular shape and you
Mm,
shape it up a certain way. Okay. 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 Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Well, a lot of women I know they they look into the abs and they, keep they, want not necessarily keep their butt, they want a butt. I like, man, I like, look, I ain't a miracle worker. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
we can get it shaped a little
Yeah, yeah,
bit, but
yeah,
get it just bam,
yeah.
and
Whatever your
that,
mama gave you,
yeah, that's more genetic than anything.
it's gonna be exposed. You know what I'm saying? So you just gonna have a little bit of that. Yeah, we can get a shape, but now we talking about all our big. If your body wasn't meant for that, it ain't gonna have it. So, but
Exactly.
and everything like that. Okay, okay, cool. But all right. So that's lane you are going down. What certification company you going through? Like what, ISA or
Uh, now,
NASM? Okay, yeah, NASM. Yeah, I
yeah,
I, I was originally certified through Alpha, and now some bought them out, and everything. So now with me going into this lane with artists and entertainers, what I want to train. So I'm looking into ISA, and everything. So
yeah,
and getting in further my education on that, so I can be more towards the performance part of it, the mobility, a little bit of mobility.
mm,
I don't want to deal with the mobility for like rehabbing people, but more so helping them strengthen their no mobility from the whole. That's what I'm looking to do. So
there's something a lot of people do not focus on enough. It's
ready.
the mobile functional work.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I try to talk to people about a lot, your feet.
Uh,
Take care of your feet because they're gonna affect your hinges like your knees, your ankles, your hip, lower back. If you wear crap shoes, you wonder why all your hip, knees, and ankle hurt so bad.
okay.
Take care of your feet.
Yeah. Man, like I said, mobility, I wasn't even thinking about that, man. It was just about getting big and getting strong. That's
Yeah.
all it was. Until I broke my knee by 5 years. Yeah, I was 35. So about 5 years ago.
Woo.
And when I broke my knee, I was out of commission for 3 months and stuff like that or whatever and everything. And now after it don't heal, I noticed that like certain things I was doing that I can't do, I couldn't do. Well, I ain't gonna say I can't do no more. I just need to work on getting it back where it was.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. So I ain't know about the mobility, the muscles around the joints and
Yeah.
everything. Cause like it was this guy he was talking about if he said, yeah, you strong, but if you can't move, how strong are you? You know what I'm saying? So I like that made a lot of
It's
sense. So
not
that's
functional.
yeah. And so that's a lot of what I'm working on this year, but it's more so mobility. And like I said, the more I broaden my knowledge and based on that to help artists, entertainers in their space when they performing and so forth. So I would say make sure when whatever lane you're going to, what how the training system you're gonna use and so forth on it, and then kind of like base it on that. Especially if you're finna go online, you definitely kind of need some kind of niche or whatever, cause that'll fit that lane and or whatever. And then if you fully start to go online, then you want to make sure that same if you ain't gonna change up niches, that is you want to make sure that your systems and then everything that you don't written up can still go online. And that
Yeah.
way, if you change it up, you might have to change no workouts up and then or whatever. So, but now when you in person, the needs don't really matter too much as much because you just were or you just really whoever come in the door, you trying to help them, and everything. Because it's kind of hard to say, okay, well, you don't want to recomp, but then I ain't working with you. You know what I'm saying, or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say that unless you got your own studio. It can fit more in that mold there. You got your own studio. You saying you work with only with these type of people, and yeah, you can do that because you got your own spot. And these type of people, this is the lane you're going in. But if you're working for a gym, if you're working under a gym and stuff like that, especially if you're working like as an employee or whatever, you kind of gonna have to fit their mode. You can't have your own niche and stuff like that. Some of them have non-compete clauses and all that stuff like that or whatever, and everything.
I
So,
never knew that.
you didn't know? Okay. I mean, any way I can, you have any questions, man, any way, you have, I can definitely help you on that. But yeah, they have non, Willie was trying to do that or whatever, but I wouldn't have never signed it, and everything. I was like, well, nah, well, this is for me then, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they'll have it
Yeah.
where, okay, so a non-compete clause is where they say you can't train nobody within this radius. You can't train these clients out, the clients that's in here that you got inside this gym. You can't train them out in elsewhere, and stuff like this or whatever. Or
What?
you can't take the clients with you, and everything. Those are non-compete clauses. Yeah. And it'd be for a certain time frame too. Sometimes it'd be a
I,
little bit. Sometimes it'd be a little bit after you left the gym too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't take these certain clients that they came from this.
I don't blame you for not. I don't blame you for not signing it.
Yeah.
That
Oh yeah.
sound. That's not like Jay trying to get you locked in, and
Oh yeah.
if you just decide to leave, you cannot make your money once you leave.
Yeah.
Like
There
you
you
have to
go. You're
be
gonna have to start
tethered to
over.
this gym.
Yeah, you gotta start over because some clients like so some people get attached to the trainer. They don't get attached to the gym. They get
Sure.
attached to the trainer. So if the trainer says I'm leaving, well, I'm going where you go. You see what I'm saying? Now
There you go.
So that's why the gym like okay that they don't look favorable to them. So that's why they have those. But and everything like that. So, but yeah, I'm saying he was trying to do that, but he didn't never like present it. But I heard he was like kind of trying to do that or whatever. But like nah, I would have never signed it. He would have brought it to my attention or whatever. Yeah. That's why I said Jackson State when I was a trainer there. They knew I was doing my own thing or whatever, so they ain't never say anything like that. I had my own little spot at one time around that same time, and they weren't tripping on it. But yeah, we did. But you plan to work for a gym or no?
No, I'm not trying to work on the gym.
Okay,
We try to be as independent.
okay, yeah, okay, okay, cool, yeah. I would say, Ty Hargrove. You ever heard of him? Compound Fitness with over there off State Street. But it's
That sound familiar. Compound Fitness.
yeah, dark skinned dude, bald headed. He would I don't know if he got that set up now, but when I was looking for a place to train, he got where it's like a booth fee. He basically, you pay him per month and all the, you just pay him per month to use the space. And then all the proceeds are higher, your clients and stuff like that, whatever money you make is yours or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Full 100%. Yeah, yours.
So I'm just renting the space.
Yeah, basically, you
Okay.
just rent the space. But he had something in place where he had other trainers there too. They got to all
Mhm.
agree. From what he was presenting to me, they got to all agree that they, you cool, kind of like a community, and everything. Like you ain't trying to step on each other's toes or whatever. So everybody cool because it can get competitive in the training world. So and
Yeah.
everything, huh? Go ahead.
With photographers, they do the same thing.
Okay.
It'd be like three or four photographers have one studio, and they
Okay.
got to overlap with each other. So you made me think about that when you were saying that with the trainers and stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
photographers do the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what he was saying. Okay, everybody got to agree. That's because they training here too. That they
Mhm.
like you and approve of you. And then if you good, then cool. And he started. He was gonna say he started off low. I forgot what his full monthly rate was. He said we're gonna help you get your clientele. He was doing that. And like, I ain't seen nobody doing that in independent contracting or whatever. He was like, we're gonna help you try to get your name up and everything like that as well. So, and then from there, once we get you to a certain amount of client, then it's gonna go up to my full rate for the monthly fee, the rent fee or whatever. That's how he had it set up. So we sounded cool, and everything. No, not too many on there. You get it how you live. You know what I'm saying? For us
Yeah.
independent contractor, yeah. I
He
started
was
it.
working with you. I like that. He was
Huh?
trying to work with people.
Yeah, you were trying. Yeah. He seemed like a cool guy. Like I said, he know Willie too. And everything. He was at Jackson State. I heard about him before I met him. Because he had left maybe a year before I got there, and everybody was saying how good he was, how they liked him, and all that stuff like that. And then I got the chance to meet him. He seemed like a cool, genuine guy. But he was talking about Willie again, like Willie. He was doing group training or something like that, and he was real popping some years back. And Willie noticed that and wanted to kind of get to see how he was doing it. and he wanted him to come to his gym and stuff like that, but he was wanting a big percentage of whatever, everything like that. So he was like, nah, that don't work. Yeah, so I was like, okay, Willie like that, huh?
Yeah, Willie want to make all his money
Yeah,
on
that's why I said
doggone
Willie
that.
been like that. Okay, yeah. Cause when we're gonna get back on it when the COVID happened and everything. I don't know how we got back on fitness. I was gonna talk about fitness, but I was still on the modeling stuff for a little bit.
Yeah,
But I like this though. But yeah, when COVID happened, he said when COVID happened, he had to shut the gym down and stuff like that. And when that back reopened, he never called me back, but he called other people back, and
yeah.
everything. So yeah, so it was something there, and everything. He didn't really like how I was moving. So, well, like I said, I wasn't trying to take over, but I wasn't trying to let him tell me what to do at the same time too when I'm an independent contractor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, Willie. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't call me back. He called other people back, but he didn't call me back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So but it's all good. But yeah, man. I know we was gonna talk about the fitness stuff because you had said on here that you getting your certification soon and so forth. And that was gonna be something I was gonna talk about, and everything. I don't know how we just got into it. Like I said, I could talk about fitness all day, but I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to go back to the modeling thing just a little bit.
We actually talked about that modeling thing for a long
But
time,
what we did,
and
we did.
we got into it. Got into it pretty deep. Like I'd say modeling is a good. If you want to get into like certain entertainment industry, modeling is a good stepping stone.
Hmm.
It's a good way to get into much different entertainment industry, and you get linked up with a lot of different people. Like I said, these photographers,
Hmm.
host these events, or
Hmm.
get the event set up. They know other people, and you can mingle, network, and that thing. You probably in movies and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what I look at. Those four things when I was telling you about earlier, you see them do they go into other things like the music artists. They are when they do their music video, they acting on there, so it
Mhm.
can spill into that. They are, and then sometimes they do photo shoots, so they are modeling, and everything at the same time. So yeah, it felt like all those four things kind of like tie into each other in some
It
kind of
really
way. So
does.
yeah,
Yep.
so
Yeah,
and
big time.
yeah, so I can see that being a good entry point because you are networking, seeing a lot of different people, and
Hmm.
all not only just the talent, but also the people backstage from the talent who making the show run, and
Yeah.
those can get you more connections and stuff like that. So I can see that. Well, as far as like networking, then that's a good question since you put that out there. Like, how do you network? Where do you go to network to meet these people? To whether you want to make music, whether you want to model and act and so forth. How do you go to the network events where all these people are at? Like, do they have certain events? Because that's what I'm asking for me personally, but I think there's a good question to ask for somebody else too as well. Because do they have the term? We in Jackson. There don't be a lot going on. I look on
Yeah, it's
Facebook.
gonna be like going
Yeah,
on.
I look on Facebook and see some. It don't be no events that look like it's worth to go to, so I can network and let people know what I'm doing and so forth. Like, so do they have anything like that?
So a lot of my networking come from after a show, I dress a certain way, then I go start talking to people in the audience. I be talking to like hairstylists, the host, and just, hey, so what you do a lot of shows? Do you boom boom boom? They're like, yeah, and they'll invite you to after parties. There's gonna be people there. So you just mingle with the, like I said, the people that's in the back that having the show to get the show going, because
Mm,
they go a lot of different places, and then you meet a lot of different people. Then you like might get invited to be a background in a music video. While you there on set, you could be talking to the director or the artist or whatever's
mm,
going on. Just slowly just get to know people. Get your face out there. Hey, this my Instagram. This right here. And once
okay,
y'all become followers on Instagram, your stuff will pop up on their feed, and then you'll start getting invited to different things.
okay,
That's
okay.
why it's good to work with these photographers. They get your pictures, they'll post your picture, tag you underneath, and
Mm,
your your picture will pop up on different people's feeds,
okay,
because you got they personally got a lot of connects,
okay,
and they'll hit you up. They'll directly inbox you. Hey, I saw your picture or your video, or this person gave me your number. That's all your page. It's a lot of stuff. This.
Okay.
You just gotta interact with people, mingle, talk, get your social media out there. Get your
Okay.
social media out
I got you. Okay, and then like say for the, or now, are they able to touch these people at these shows? Now, not only just talking to your photographers, personally on a one on one, but like at these shows, are they able to touch these, people? Like certain thing, most of those people usually be backstage, or are they able to mingle with these people after the show or whatever?
You got to be fast too because
I
a
know
lot
it.
of
That's what.
times, yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of times they be trying to get out, but
yeah.
so fortunately, a lot of times I finish my sets early, so I can
Mm,
actually go out in the crowd and
okay,
just chill and watch the show if I'm not in the back hill.
okay, okay.
So it's it's time to go. You got to be
Yeah,
moving, you got your stuff together. You got to, especially that if you know that they're gonna be there. Yeah, I'm trying to get out, talk to them
okay.
after the show and that.
Okay. Okay. So like do they have actual like just events though? Like not necessarily a show for a modeling show or a concert or
Like a
anything
little
like
party
that.
or a
But
minstrel,
just
something like that.
but just strictly for like networking. That's what I'm saying. Okay, why is that?
Because I don't have to.
Okay, okay, wait, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
But
I
point
look,
blank period, okay.
if I was trying to get more into it, I think I will try to look into more networking events.
Okay.
I would actually try to figure out how to get in contact with the event. But right now, I just don't know how. I don't know how because I don't really have to.
Okay.
But once if I will try to do more with this, then I look into it. I'll talk to the right page. Is there any networking events in Atlanta or I hit on my contacts list out there, ask them about it and stuff. But as of now, I think you have to know somebody.
Okay.
That's the main thing. Yeah, you have to know somebody
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get there.
Okay. Okay. So okay, I want to, and we had a couple more questions that we can kind of start closing it out. Now, for like the branding around it, we talked about brand a little bit. Like, so modeling, like, for you hear people in the craft, like acting, modeling, music artists, and so forth, you hear there's not a lot of money in it or whatever. You hear these stories or the struggling artists and so forth.
Yeah.
All right, so is modeling pretty lucrative? And I'm not trying to get in your pockets or pocket watch or anything, but I'm just saying, like, is it in a sense after you don't got the accolades, you getting your traction going and so forth? Is it pretty lucrative in that sense? And then also too, how do you make a brand around it and or a business around your modeling career? If you especially because it seems like is it a thing where you is an independent model versus a person who's a employed or is signed to an agency and stuff like that?
Now, if you can get signed to an agency, that's consistent work. Hardly anyone actually get rich from this.
Uh huh.
It's more of a like I said, it's a stepping stone and to get into other things. You can't make your money doing this and that, but the whole you gotta get on with it. If this ain't do it, get on with it. They'll
Okay.
find you work, consistent work, and if you mess around and get some endorsements and things that can get some consistent income. Then by the time you will get the endorsement, you off doing podcasting or
Yeah. Yeah.
some type of influence. Like you just start from modeling, you influencing that. And I'm probably gonna try to get into the podcast or influencing thing to see how
Like
that goes.
Or like doing your own podcasting or your
Yeah,
own podcast or going guesting on podcast.
probably start out guessing on podcast and
Okay.
see how I like that.
Okay. Okay. And like what type of like when you are we might can talk about that after the show, but this particular question about the podcast, like when you are guesting on shows, what are you trying to convey? Like what are you trying to market when you are guesting on shows?
I'm real knowledgeable.
Hmm.
Whatever the topic is, I'm
Hmm.
going to speak on it. I have opinions about more than just fitness. I love fitness, and
Okay.
I'm good. I'm in this modeling industry forever, but I got
Yeah.
opinions on anything, so I get on this talk. Bro. Just
Okay.
talk.
Or whatever. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to get on and talk, I know this is a fitness page, but if you want to get on and talk about anything, bro, just throw a topic up.
Okay.
I go do my research, and we can have a whole another hour and a half discussion about stuff. It'll
Okay.
branch off.
Okay, okay. There was, I mean, and then if you have another angle too, you know what I'm saying? You know, pitch to me, and we can definitely have another go with it as well. 'Cause, I mean,
Mhm.
I'm liking this conversation as well. Okay, so like, huh?
I think I got a topic. I want us to get your opinion on it. We don't have to go into depth into this one, but the GF,
Okay, okay. So you want to be more fitness the next time.
yeah,
More,
we could do more fitting this time.
okay,
That's a topic I'm passionate about. We can actually have a long discussion about that.
okay,
Yes,
okay. Yeah.
we'll get with each other about it. I just
Yeah,
want to throw
yeah,
that
yeah,
out
yeah.
there.
Okay, but yeah, I just, I mean, like I said, it can go the fitness route. I'm saying I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying is it, you know, it didn't have to go to the, you know, it ain't got to be modeling. It can be, a
Nah,
fitness conversation. Okay, all right,
yeah,
cool. Yeah, we
it
definitely
don't have to
we
be
can.
more fitness. We can talk
Okay,
anything.
okay. All right, but I was just saying when you said GLP-1, that was the one you want to talk. Like we again, we'll talk about that. Uh, but yeah, but so I was gonna say with the now you mentioned the agency, there's definitely more consistent work. So you more
Hmm.
independent, right?
Yeah, I'm independent.
All right. So my question on that, and then like is like, how do you make a business around it? Like, what do you need to have in order to make that to see some kind of success with it? Where you know, maybe not to get you rich, but it definitely helping to pay the bills and then some, you know, and everything at least or whatever.
You need a network because if you're independent like me, you need a network. You need a
Hmm.
you need to get your face out there as much as you can. Yeah, with agency, they'll do the work for you, but
Hmm.
independent, you have to do all that for yourself. On top
Okay.
of like I still got a regular life, I still got a regular job.
Okay.
Yeah, every time I think about it, like, dang, I miss my old page. I miss my, I had so many
Uh,
connections on that page.
they won't let you have it back.
They want me to do the face ID thing, and I just don't want to do that.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. All right. But I mean, my bad. Go ahead. What you were saying.
I'm just, but yeah, you got to network yourself being independent. You gotta,
Okay.
yeah, you gotta get your face out there. And people that, you have to befriend a lot of people, and
Okay.
they'll call on you on a lot of your projects and things.
Yeah.
Agency, like I said, they're gonna find out. They're gonna get their percentage. I'm like the
Yeah.
gym type deal. We talk
Yeah.
about the gym. Yeah, so I'm just pretty much it.
Yeah. Did you not want to go that route or to the agency route or is
No,
it a okay?
I love having my flexibility. It's not
Okay,
necessarily about
gotcha.
that money, but I love being there because if you were the agency and you can't just if somebody invite you personally, you just can't go. They got to
Okay,
go through the
okay.
agency.
So okay, yeah, it's much like the training thing then. Well, like I was talking about earlier. Okay, cool. I got you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but I guess you getting like, you know, at least you getting the consist it just depends on I guess you weighing the pros and the cons. You getting more
Yeah,
work.
that's it.
Yeah, you get more work here and maybe more exposure, but you know, you don't have the autonomy like you would independent wise and everything.
Yeah.
Well, and then plus they getting the cut too as well or whatever.
So it's good. Like if you're gonna start off with the agency until people find out who you are, and then once your
Mhm.
contract over the agency, you can go. Everybody say, now you got the people now. They got your
Okay.
direct contact.
Okay.
So
All right,
it's a
cool.
good
So
stepping stone.
yeah, I'm about to say that. Use it as stepping stone first when you first starting out. Okay, okay, cool. I like that. That's how I wanted to start out as a trainer. Like I wanted to work for a gym at the
Mm,
time when we in Mississippi and it wasn't a lot of gyms back then, 13 years ago. It still ain't a lot now, but a lot wasn't hiring, so I had to I was forced to do it independently or whatever. Okay, but all right, cool, man. Like I said, we talked about a great deal, man. Is there anything that we that and is there anything that we haven't talked about that you would like to discuss?
just on the health side,
Okay.
people just take care of your body.
Mm,
Small stuff. Walk. Enjoy walking. It's one of the most simple. We talked about it. It's so
mm,
simple. Just walk more. Don't
mm.
give me the excuse. Oh, I get them many stuff at work. Your body used to it. You're not making any progress. You got to. It's what you do outside of work that's gonna make the biggest difference.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely, man. I always tell people, like a body in motion, stay in motion. You know,
Yep.
yeah, you start because thing is with that. when we start getting like in our 30s, 40s, like I said, I'm 40 years old. So when we get into these ages, we kind of use that as an excuse to why we hurting or why we can't
Yeah,
move. And it ain't age, quote unquote, maybe have some modicum of a difference to it, but it's because you stopped doing what you were doing in your early teens and 20s and stuff like that or whatever. So
like
once you
more
get that
station.
back, you reversing time a little bit then after that. So so with age or just say with time, you're not using anything. You're not using your muscles like you were doing it. That's why you start hurting, and everything like that. So it ain't really your age that's doing it. It's more so the time that you haven't been active in that particular field.
It's
If
just
that
like
makes sense.
it's just like you got a piece of machinery that you don't use for a while and it start rusting
Hmm.
and it don't work.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
start working out, you oil and everything, you replace the part, you get it back moving how it's supposed to.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, just like a car 40, 50 years old. If you restore that mug to it's still running and it's still the same 40 or 50-year-old car. It's still still driving and everything. If you treat it right and take care of it or whatever and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, like I said, you just definitely got to keep moving and you'll definitely see, be the better off for it because you don't want to get 50, 60, 70, and you can't move, and everybody got to tell because you got these folks 70, 80 years old, man, doing way more than these folks that's 40 or 50 years old,
Man, the trainer that's teaching me how to become a trainer, it's a
Mm,
lady.
yeah,
I say you probably know her, Valerie.
yeah, Valdemar, y'all know that,
Yeah, she almost 60. She's
mm,
still active,
yeah,
great shape.
right,
She just prime example of you take care of your body take
yeah,
care of you.
right.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, most definitely, man. Yeah, I know Val from courthouse, where we that when I first started training and so forth. I know she had like a knee injury or something like that. Yeah, and everything. Then she started jump roping and everything. And yeah, but her and Willie, they classmates. They were classmates or something like that. Yeah. So and everything. So I don't think she hoped that no more though or whatever. But I remember she was doing the boxing and something else she was doing at Quit.
she's doing like I know she did the jump rope classes a lot. I
Yeah.
forgot what else she did, but now she just trainer. She work at
Crunch.
not a more now Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness, okay, okay.
So I
And
meet her up there and
yeah,
I work with some of her clients with her.
okay,
And so I'm just learning.
okay. That was up, man. I ain't okay. I know I've seen her like at various places and stuff like that. Like, I mean, like I said, I've been in this thing, been knowing a lot of people, man. What's his name? That own the one in Madison. I seen her over there. I thought she was doing something over there. I'm forgetting his name, but he
You
was
talking about
competing back in the day, huh?
the new generation? It's a new generation.
Yeah, yeah. Next
Next
generation, next
generation. You
generation.
talking about
Yeah,
Marv? You
not
talking about
Marvin.
Marv?
Not Marvin is one of the trainers. I'm talking about the owner though.
The owner. I don't know
Yeah.
the owner.
I know the owner, you know what I'm saying? Cause he used to compete. He uses that courthouse too as well, and he used to compete and stuff like that, or whatever. Yeah, so I seen her post stuff on there. I thought she was gonna be a trainer up there and everything like that or whatever. So I didn't know she
Yeah.
was at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, man. I don't train a couple. Sometimes that Planet Fitness but the one y'all at must be in plenty of black folks there.
This Nick.
It's mixed. Oh, because like certain ones they'll let you can get away with training. But like when I was in Clinton and Pearl, they'll stop that in the bud. That was another reason why I went online because they'll be like, nah, you can't train here, stuff like that or whatever.
Yeah.
So but yeah, but I have I know who Marvin is, but I don't think I met him personally because he married to G.I. Jane, ain't it?
Yeah. 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 I remember she was competing too. I remember when she first started, she had lost all the weight and she was
Mm,
real. She had got real good, but she was ripped up. And then
okay.
the second phase, she started bulking up. She
Yeah.
did good though. She did
Okay.
good.
Yeah, and like I said, and there's another person that was under Quest Fitness with Willie and all that stuff like that because she
Mm,
had got on. It was a gym he had. And he let her use that gym, whatever and stuff like that. But like I said, I never met G.I. Jane either though. But I'm trying to think of that dude now. I can't remember his name. But yeah, that's next generation is what I'm talking about. But when he was at courthouse and everything. But okay. But What were we talking about when you said she was training you?
Yeah, I'll be working on her, helping her with her clients. So,
Uh-huh.
she showing them how to operate.
Mm.
That's cool. Yeah, that's like I said, she almost 60 and she's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
in
We were
shape.
talking about
That's
the
one of
age.
the
Yeah,
older
yeah, yeah,
people been
yeah,
years
yeah.
together.
Okay,
So yeah, she's still in great shape.
okay. Well, yeah, man. And I said the same thing, man. My son ain't got no kids yet. He need to chill. Don't give me no don't make me a granddaddy yet. He 19, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I was like 20 when he was born, so you see what I'm saying. So yeah. Yeah, you right there, Eddie. You see what I'm saying? So let me make it to like 45, maybe 50.
Ah, you can't chill that man to hold on that long.
Let me make it a 45, 50 before I don't got the 40, so at least I wasn't 30 in a granddad. So I can say that, yeah, that's good. Yeah. But what I was going with that. Dang, where I was going. But yeah, for as what you were saying, like with her mentoring you, not a lot of people doing that, like train the trainers
Mhm.
to be trainers and stuff like that. I think that's a missing piece or lane that nobody's going down. Because I had
Yeah.
mentor one guy one time too as well, and it was another person who reached out to me when she had just got her. Cause she didn't ever like go through with it, but when she reached out to me to, she had just got her certification and she was wanting to learn how to train and so forth and everything. So you'd be surprised at how many people get these certifications and don't really know how to train because it don't really teach you how to train. It just teach you the how not to get sued, like what you need to do. Yeah, that's basically what it is. That's it. You know what I'm saying? How the proper way to instruct on form and stuff like that. That's it. But it ain't teaching you how to get that person to a goal, how to get clients, or how to be a good trainer and everything like that. They ain't teaching none of that. So definitely, I think the mentorship for is not the business side of like training, to help them scale their business, but help them to be better trainers. I think that's a missing piece that the fitness world ain't having. So I don't know if I want to go down that lane, per se, but he came to me and insisted on it. So that's when I went on and did it. But it definitely a lane forward. So I'm glad that's cool that she doing that as well
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I
But
appreciate
yeah.
it.
Okay, cool. So like how far are you till you get your certification though?
I should have it within the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I know they give you time and stuff like that, but take your time and you don't want to just rush it. But for the next couple of weeks or whatever, what's up, man? We need more of you, man, and everything. So like I said, like so if anybody I can't train, I have somebody else to send them to. 'Cause I have like, Cassie is one of them. If you remember
You're pretty
Jimmy,
good trainer.
yeah, I don't send him. I don't know if they went with him and everything, but I don't send him a couple of people. Cause sometimes he get busy, and then you're like, man, I ain't hit him up yet. I like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but I don't, Jimmy from the Quest,
I
Jimmy
haven't yet.
Crutch.
I had to
Okay,
see it.
but yeah, Jimmy another one, and then there was another guy. He moved to Keith. He moved to he was at Quest, not Quest, but Planet Fitness. He was working at Planet Fitness. Yeah, but he don't move to New York now. So, but yeah, so there you'll be another person I can send people to, and everything like that. If I can't help them, and stuff like that. Well, look, you say you want to, recome, you want to build your butt, here go Don, you know. But yeah, that huh?
I said once I get started, I'm gonna really enjoy it. Trying to get I'm on LLC, a name and everything first before I get
Okay.
everything going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I'm not a LLC yet. I'm gonna look into it more, but I'm just sole proprietor. But I've just been hearing some conflicting things about it that what made me not want to do it. Go into LLC just right now. But I know the thing about it protects you from your assets.
Yeah.
Versus sole proprietor. Whatever your assets is, they can get access to that and everything. But yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna look more into the LLC. But yeah, I would say use ChatGPT to help you out with your name. If you need help or whatever,
Yeah.
and then kind of narrow it down. It helped me out with the other stuff I'm doing. Like not I ain't had Chat AI wasn't out when came up with Next World Fitness, but with my other stuff I'm doing, we'll talk about that later. But ChatGPT helped me out with those names, and then my podcast here helped me out with this
Mhm.
name. So, but yeah, okay. I'm like I said, I can talk about fitness. Let me calm down.
We gotta get
Yeah,
back on again because
yeah, yeah,
I was like, bro, I'm enjoying this, but we gotta
yeah,
get back on.
yeah. Most definitely, man. So, two more questions, then we closing it out. These the ending questions, all right, right here. What advice do you give to the new person who's looking to model, whether a man or woman? What advice do you give them starting out and venturing into becoming a model?
Get on with an agency,
Mm-hmm.
and when they book you for shows, network as much as you can. Be careful about over posting on your Instagram, like personal stuff. Keep it clean and keep it easy to navigate. Like I said, network.
Yeah.
Just network. And once you get to a certain point to leave your agency or go get a better agency, you'll still have those connections with other people in different industries.
Okay. All right, cool. Appreciate you for sharing that. And the last question is, out of everything that we talked about here today, what would you say is the biggest takeaways that people can get from this episode here or this interview?
One thing that really hit home is the ability to say no when you're uncomfortable.
Okay.
Like, don't let somebody pressure you to you into doing something, thinking if I don't do it, I will miss this opportunity. If you feel like you're getting taken advantage of, don't do it. I think that's the
Okay.
biggest thing. Even with trainers, because some trainers will try
Yeah.
you too.
Yeah.
You're a trainer, I'm trying to be a trainer. Be careful what trainer you pick too. I know a lot of people want to lose the weight. They're like, okay, this is a trainer.
Okay.
If you feel like you're not getting the result, you can move on and say no. Hey, just move past.
Okay.
In aspect of your life, modeling, you feel uncomfortable, just say no. Don't get forced to do what you want to do.
Okay, I appreciate that. That's another angle we didn't hit, like for as them getting in shape to be a model. We didn't talk about it. Yeah. All right, cool. With that said, man, let everybody know once again where they can find you, see your work, maybe want to book you, the whole nine there.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, just tag all my stuff underneath, and yeah, you can inbox me.
Okay.
If you have any questions about anything, just comment, inbox me, and I'll make my own personal little short answering your questions.
Okay. Your social media profile?
On every platform, it's Dante's Lee. It's just my cool name. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Dante is Dontaous Lee, y'all.
Ntaous Lee. Yeah.
All right. With that said, man, I appreciate you for coming on the show, sharing your journey, your process and things you're doing in the modeling world and in the fitness world. Definitely love to have you back. Like I said, we already came up with a couple of ideas to come up with for other shows. So we definitely can, hash that out and then keep it going, man. Because like I said, once you're on my show, you're a collaborator with me. We can definitely keep it on going on inside and outside of the podcast and so forth.
Thank you for inviting me on. I enjoyed this experience, and I look forward to working with you in the future. I really did enjoy this.
Me too, man.
That's what I like.
Yeah, me too, man. And not to say I don't enjoy any of my past episode, but it was one I know the person, and everything, and so have some kind of background with, so it definitely refreshing and everything. So cool. All right, cool, man. So with that said, we're gonna get out of here. Y'all stay sculpting, stay creating. We out. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to follow us on social media and subscribe to the show wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. If you're looking for fitness coaching to help you reach your goals, want to join our animated network for fitness guidance, collaborations, networking, and community, or are interested in being a guest on the show, check out the links in the description. Stay creative, stay fit, and we'll holler at you next time.